Hello, everyone. We are live. We are live with the beautiful Kerry Furner. How you going, Miss Kerry?
Hi, Sharon.
Cupcakes.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, that's good. And we were just chatting off screen, and she's got some amazing stuff to show us here today. But first, I'd like to give a massive introduction to Kerry. Kerry is a woman of very many talents. But just kick me off, just in case you don't know me, I'm Sharon Schmidt, the founding director of Intuitive Souls. My passion is empowering others through intuition, empathy, kindness, hugs and fun. I do this across the globe, and I support others to connect with their inner knowingness and embracing what is most important in their own life. I'm a life coach, a psychic medium and a wellness practitioner. The beautiful Kerry, who is the founder of Cupcakes by Cupcakes, a home-based business in Queanbeyan. She's here on the couch with us today, and she has the most interesting background. Kerry was a nurse for 20 years. Wow. And now she makes cupcakes. But that's actually not the only thing she does. She's a woman of many talents. She's a florist. She does so much. But Kerry, you actually started out making occasional cakes for your nursing friends and all your family. And that was back in 2014. And the cake request grew so much that it needed to become a small business, which is
so look, I've always done cakes for all the family. Like my mum put me through a course when I was like 14.
Wow.
And just working at Queanbeyan nursing home, there's like over 100 staff, and they'd be bothering me all shift, wanting a cake, because they see what I post, our friends on Facebook, and in the end, I wasn't getting work done. So I thought I've just got to start a little page, a little business. And every time somebody had asked me at work and word of mouth, I'd just hand a card out and go, here's a card, ring me after work. And that's how it started off. And now I've got like, I think it's, I can't remember if it's close to 3,000 followers, of my page.
Wow,
yeah,
good
pretty crazy. I'm booked out. It's gotten so hectic, except now with the COVID-19, it's slowed down a lot. So, but it gives me time to do other stuff. I sew and things like that.
Well, this is true. Looking after yourself is one of the big things, because the reason you actually took a break from nursing was because of some personal stress. So making cakes allowed you more time. To work on that. And it's such, as you said, a busy little business. It doesn't just service Queanbeyan, it services Canberra and surrounds as well.
So I was nursing, I was doing cakes, I was doing a uni degree in midwifery. I had a 4-year-old child at the time. She was a bit older. I just burnt out. I just fizzled out and too much. And I remember my young child saying to me, I want you to be my mummy, not to be a nurse anymore, because I was looking after everyone else and not her. And I just realised, you know what, where's my priorities? So that's when I just took a big break from nursing. And after, I think about 3 years, I just decided I'm going to let my registration slip, because I'm not going to renew, because this is what I like doing. Everyone loves what I do. So,
and as you said that, I got a massive shiver down my back. Now, most people that know me when I'm working in my psychic medium work is that that's a beautiful confirmation from spirit saying you're exactly on the right path. So, Kerry, that's that. And, following your heart can be really, really challenging, because you have to make some huge decisions, which obviously you had to make, leaving a career of 20 years. But the joy of that was you actually created, you were able to go and follow a passion of yours that you love. Now, I really want to get people to see some of these amazing cakes Kerry has made, especially for today. So, Kerry, can you just run us through? You just took the lid off that before we went live, and you showed me some of the most amazing. I'm telling you, people, your mouth is going to water. She offered me one through the camera, and I wanted to grab her and go,
I just prepared. Literally finished 10 minutes as we went onto camera. I just sort of wanted to show just some. I mean, I do so much more. I do like personalised toppers for cakes. I've mainly started off in cupcakes, and I do big cakes as well. I don't know if doo-doo's right, but anyway.
You so have to turn the camera around, Kerry, and show those massive, amazing cakes that you have on the
Okay, so I'm going to turn this. How do I turn this camera around? Switch camera, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So we have, this is my very famous rose swirl. A lot of people like them. The polished chocolate cupcakes are very, very popular. I don't know if you can see that with a choc ganache drizzle.
Wow. Oh, my stars.
A piccolo stick, so very decadent. I sell hundreds and hundreds of these. These are, I call them my ice cream sundae cupcakes. So chocolate ganache drizzle again, a Jaffa, a piccolo stick, any flavour cupcake.
I think I'm going to have to come and do a quick trip into Queanbeyan and buy them.
And this is like a lot of weddings will have these. So it's like a gold dust on it. Can you see that? With a little rose. So I sometimes do fresh baby roses, but I didn't have a fresh baby rose. That's just like another style with a little butterfly and a rose swirl.
And can you eat both of those?
Yeah, so that's made out of fondant. I make all my little flat like decorations. That's a little butterfly. They're little fondant roses. I usually buy these pre-made because, you know, it just takes so long, but I can make them myself. The little roses, that's just for the kiddies, a bubblegum ball and, you know, rainbow swirl buttercream. They all love that.
That looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And what are your cakes? What's the cake?
Okay, so right behind here, this is my masterpiece. This I did in a class with a world famous Serdar Yenna. I'm always bad with his name. Yeah, so Yenna's Way, he travels all over the world. And this was a completion of my fairy tale wedding cake. So all this is handmade by me with Serdar's help. So I'm trying to
way. Look at
all
that.
The little horses and the little carriage. Just the carriage alone and the little castle up here was a day and a half's work. And this is actually a dummy cake, meaning I can keep it forever. But this part here would be cake if it was real cake, and this part down the bottom would be cake. And then it's got this amazing little staircase.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
It goes all the way around. I'm trying to move it around and show you. And just out the back, popped out the back there is a crystal cake I've done.
Is that an amethyst or something?
Yeah. So this is all rock sugar. So I made it quite a while ago, but this is another sort of dummy cake that I've done just for display, but it can be made in a real cake. So, you know, with the bits of gold and fondant, everything is edible.
Wow.
You see that?
That is incredible. That is incredible.
But this is my specialty, is cupcakes of any sort. And I've got something coming up soon for an electrician, and he wants all electrical toppers. So even these, they look like wires, but that's all made from fondant and edible gold paint, edible screws. You know, so he's finishing his apprenticeship. So I just made some little toppers.
That's incredible. Just before you've pushed them aside, but you were showing me them before. Now, pull them back out and show everybody. You were telling me with COVID-19, obviously we can't have groups together, and this young apprentice is about to finish his apprenticeship. And so the person actually asked for the 6 cupcakes. Look at this, will you, everybody? Oh, my goodness.
So I did say to them, well, a cake, you know, with 4 or 5 people, what about I do some personalised cupcake toppers for his graduation? So I just picked out all electrical designs that I thought would be good and use red and blue fondant and painted little gold ends. And my son's an electrician, so I sort of have some idea, and I've got a nephew electrician, so I think they use all this. I don't know about a saw, but I think they'd probably use it to
I'm
cut
sure
the
they've
roof.
got to cut something with a saw. But that is absolutely incredible, Kerry.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And so if they don't want to eat those, they can actually take them off, can't they?
Yeah. So some people will like take them off their cake. Like, see these roses? A lot of people won't eat the roses. So they'll take them off, and they can just get a very clean. I'll just turn the camera around.
Yep, sure.
They can get a clean piece of paper towel, you know, and just wipe the decoration over and put it in a box and last forever as a memory. Yeah.
That is incredible. That is amazing. You are so talented. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, thank you. I do my best. It's like my passion. So people sort of are really excited about what I do. And I was doing a lot more cakes, but just with like personal stresses and that at the moment, I've decided to just do cupcakes for a while, and the occasional cake, I just need a couple of months, just me time. But anyway, I do hundreds of them, honestly.
And as your spiritual advisor, I can advise everybody that I had recommended that she take some downtime. So
yeah.
I'm so glad that you've taken that time. Your talent is amazing, so it's never going to go away.
Yes.
So and the fact that you're still doing all these cupcakes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, they are incredible.
Decorated cakes, I work into the night, and you know, usually Thursday, Friday nights, I don't sleep at all because I just get into a zone. I put my headphones on, put some Netflix on, and I just start decorating. You know, I'm sort of just have the show on in the background, but the whole table's filled, and Tony will come out in the morning, and I'm still decorating away, and then I'll wait for my pickups, and then I sleep, you know, and then get up in the afternoon and do it again. But yeah, so I need sort of sometimes you just get a bit tired. So I've decided just cupcakes for a little while, and then, you know, when all this COVID-19's over and, you know, what people back in the full swings of party, I'll readjust then, you know, and it's sort of contactless pickup with cupcakes because they're all boxed up. I can just sit them on the table, but I don't want to sort of, with the bigger cakes, you sort of give them instructions and all that, and you've got to bring them in your household, and you know, it's a risk for everyone. So to follow the rules.
Just confirm that for me, Kerry. When you say contactless orders, now I'm just looking at here. I've got you know, we've got quite a few people here watching you, and I have and Karen White. It is called Cupcakes by Kez.
Yes, so here's my card.
Page.
Here we go.
There we go. Now, I've actually tagged Kerry and her Facebook page in this post, and I'll do it again when we make it a replay. So you will be able to click on the link and go to her Facebook page.
Thank you. Yeah, so contactless pickup. I have a table at the front. So I do the cupcakes, and pretty well it's contactless with doing cupcakes because I'm mixing in a bowl, I'm baking. They're in a patty case, as you know, so I just get them out from the bottom, you know, pipe some buttercream, you know, put them in the box, decorate them all. With bigger cakes, there's a lot of hands-on, even though I wash and, you know, do all that. But it's when I have to hand over, you know, I have to give instructions on a larger cake, like tiered cakes. There's, you know, you've got dowels and all that. And some people don't want to enter your household, and it's for us too, for everyone's safety. So I just thought with cupcakes, I just have a table set up at the front. They ring when they arrive. I come out, put the cupcakes on there, and I just stand there and, you know, just a happy birthday or enjoy, and then they pick them up. So all the money is transferred over online, and there's no touching of anyone, you know, and everyone's kept safe.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So basically you make the order, you pay your price, and then you pick up out the front.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
And they message my page. I send my flavour list. They can have a look through, and they might say, my daughter's graduating hairdressing, or I've got a girl that loves unicorns. You know, there's someone that likes Teletubbies. And I just, you know, with Teletubbies or superheroes, usually do like an edible image and put it on a fondant disc, and that goes on the cupcake.
There's another bottle ready for Romy in the fridge.
Okay. Sorry, daughter in the background. Homeschooling.
Molly likes to be in the background, I think.
Molly's a good little helper sometimes, but yeah, homeschooling is very hard at the moment.
Yeah.
Struggling.
Well, most people are really challenged, aren't they, with homeschooling and working themselves, and I send a lot of love to people out there. Hopefully the kids will start going back to school in a couple of weeks, and things will start to change a bit. I have heard whispers that things are starting to be lifted in a couple of weeks, but I do send love to everybody out there that's homeschooling and working. And
I pray for you all.
Yeah, it's been a challenge. I've got Karen White wants to know, do you do lessons, Kerry? So do you teach
No,
people?
I've been asked that a lot of times. I have to do, but across the board cake decorating do classes actually. I think they're stalled a bit until the restrictions are lifted a bit. Nobody's allowed to do them at the moment. But where I get all my supplies, Jenny in Tuggeranong, she does classes in basics of cake decorating, cupcake classes, kids ones during holidays. So she's worthwhile going to, but no, I don't do it because I'm a home-based cake business and too noisy here with my children.
And it's something that you could think of in the past, in the
Yes.
future, and you and I can chat about that as well, about
Yeah.
you putting some of them online. You could do these online.
Yeah, that's another option. I'll go on to YouTube tutorials and all that. Yeah, so as yet I haven't because I was a bit stage fright, but I'm starting to get over that. I'm getting my confidence.
We're getting you over that, aren't we? We've had you on a little bit lately. So
You gave me wings, Sharon.
yeah. Oh, I love that impression. You just always say that. You always say that, and I just love the fact that, Kerry, I know that you taught us. I showed you how to fly, but you are flying by yourself, and you're an amazing woman. You really are.
Thank you.
During our work together, we've not only, learned a lot about each other, but we've become friends as well, which is really, really awesome. So I'm very, very grateful that, and I'm so grateful that you're on today's show. So
Thank you.
for people that have just joined us, can you just show them, just pick some of those cupcakes?
I'll show my most popular. My most popular is the ice cream sundae. So that's like, I've got a banana cake there, any flavour you want. That's a buttercream swirl, so it's a really nice, light, fluffy vanilla one. I can do it in any flavoured chocolate. I can do a caramel drizzle. This has actually a chocolate ganache drizzle, Jimmy sprinkles, a little Jaffa, and some piccolo sticks. Or you can have a decadent, like lots of chocolate, your favourite chocolate, Mars bar, or whatever one you like. And I've polished the chocolates. So I'm just trying to get that shine. Can you see that?
What do you mean you polish the chocolates?
So it's a special chocolate polish, and you just get a really soft, fluffy brush, just for cake decorating. And it's just like a fine dust. And I just start brushing, and it Molly, can you get my gold dust, please? And and I just brush, and it gets that gold shimmer on it.
Oh wow, that's excellent.
Like with these ones, this is it's just a fine gold dust powder in a pump, and you can see like the shimmer with the butterflies really good. See?
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah, just a bit
Look
of
at the top of it in the colour as well. That's spectacular.
Yeah, and then there's a traditional sort of wedding one. So these were all only done very long ago. Like I wrote, the time got away from me. Little kitties.
Oh, Kerry, I didn't expect you to go to all that trouble. So you've gone way and above what I expected. I've got some comments here, and I want to tell you. By the way, Vicky shared your comments to the group, which is great. Thank you for that, Vicky.
Thank you.
Vicky has suggested that you do Zoom cake making courses.
Yeah.
With events on Zoom, and you actually, then everyone from home can have their own bubbles as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, buttercream, a lot of people would like to know just to do the basic, like, the buttercream swirl. So a lot of times I have a lot of friends that will, a couple of friends that come over, or somebody wants to know, and they'll just come over and I'll just show them, and it's all about the piping tip. You have to have the right piping tip because you use a normal one, you're just going to get this little dog poop looking thing, really. But you get the big 1M piping tip by Wilton from Jenny. And I'm advertising a business, aren't I? Hi, Jen.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
okay.
Jenny's great. She's remained open during the restrictions, and she actually does home delivery too. So that's good for me. So I don't have to take Molly out in the public too much. So, yeah.
Oh,
but as I said, I haven't done a lot of big cakes lately. The only ones I've been doing is like little 6-inch cakes, So they still want a celebration cake. A lot of them have just gone to cupcakes. So it's just easier at the moment, because most parties, they're just the kids, There's biggest party, I think it's been 5 lately, and it's just the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
I've had to sort of change it up a bit. I did a big special on my ice cream sundae cupcakes and gave, I think, $12 off a dozen, you know, and I'm happy that anyone wants to order now. I'll do the
So
same.
tell us, you know, you obviously can't send these places, can you? Or you can?
I can't send them anywhere like in a box, obviously, because it's a fresh product. Some people have ordered like toppers off me and I've posted them, and I've done cookies and posted them, but mostly I have pickup, you know, contactless pickup, and the occasional like weddings, big parties with like big tiered cakes like I just showed you. That's when I sort of will do the delivery and set up for them. Yeah, around the
Okay.
Canberra area. I think the furthest I've gone. Oh my God, I had to deliver a 4-tier wedding cake out to an hour away, and it was 20 k's on Bush Road. And I had Tony, my husband, on the back. He was stressing, holding this cake, and it's shaking. But it actually showed that my supports were good in the centre of the cake because it arrived perfectly.
Oh, excellent. Wow.
He's more nervous than me. I'm just driving and he's watching the cake in the big box. And he's watching it.
I love that you drive and put him in control of the cakes. That cracks me up.
Yeah, so sometimes he'll drive now and he'll go, I'm not being responsible. But I usually take a little repair kit, so buttercream, royal icing, whatever the cake is. So if it does like slide or something when I arrive at the destination, you know, I can just do a little repair, put a little fresh flour there if it had. I do a lot of cakes with like fresh flowers, my floral displays. They're all on my page anyway. You'll see them, a lot of the gourmet drip cakes. Yeah.
So if you jump on Kerry's page, you'll be able to soon see some of her artwork. I've got Nicole says, you are making me drool. And holy moly says,
I'll let you drool again, Nicole.
Hayley says, holy moly, they are so good.
Yes, they're very popular, the cupcakes. So
Vicky says, wow, Kerry, your cakes are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Nick reckons she wouldn't eat them because they're such a great work of art.
I've had people with the birthday cakes and they're in their room. They let them go rotten. I did a poker machine cake. I think it's on my page not too far back. And the boy wouldn't let anyone cut it. It was his 21st. And I said, well, it will last a while, but obviously after 2 weeks, because chocolate mud cakes, if they're covered in fondant and ganache, they will last 2 weeks, easy 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, but I said to him once after 2 weeks, he won't be able to eat it. And 6 months later, because it's all sealed underneath, like under the cake, it just goes all syrupy and not really mouldy because there's no air getting to it, you know, but they just leave it and look at it. And then when it's too old, they throw it. It's meant to be enjoyed. But he didn't want anyone to cut into it. And my son's 30th, I did a baby Groot cake, and that was really cute. It was a big Groot head. Loved that one because I love Groot. Do you know who Groot is?
No.
Yeah, Groot's off Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people would know. He's the tree man.
Right.
I'm a little Groot fan. I'm a bit of a nerd.
That's okay. You're allowed to be a nerd. Nerds are really trendy. Didn't you know that?
Yes, I'm a Lego nerd too. Love my Lego, but everything I do is sort of using my hands. So like I work, like it's a good mix. I do work doing all my cakes, and when I'm not doing cakes, it's crocheting, sewing, or Lego. Love Lego.
So you really like to keep those hands going, don't you?
I can't sit down and do nothing. It's just me all my life. It's just, if I haven't got anything, I'll just wrap a ribbon. It's just, I have to learn to be still.
Oh, my goodness. Joe says they're beautiful cakes. Nick actually says you grew your wings, Kerry. See? Somebody else is telling you that now too.
Thank you.
Carmel says they look awesome. You are so clever. And Tracy says I still can't nail the piping tip. Sounds like you've been giving Tracy some lessons and she hasn't quite got it yet.
Which Tracy? I've got a
Your
sister
Tracy.
Ah, yeah, she'll get it.
She says you're very clever.
Polished cakes and that, like she'll polish chocolates for me. She'll be over visiting and I'll say, here's a brush, polish my chocolates. And she likes to do that. She likes all the the glitzy stuff and the bling.
Oh, good,
So I'll
good.
be icing cakes and she's polishing chocolates on a tray for me.
Oh, that's great that you can all get involved too, isn't it?
Yes. And when I have big orders, I have a friend that I've trained up and she will be helping me bake and do all
Good.
while I'm icing, because I've done Defence Force orders and they've like ordered 400 cupcakes. So I have cupcakes everywhere.
Yeah, I could imagine. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I like doing a big run of cupcakes because once you start, it's just like by the end of it, you just can't see another cupcakes. People go,
Wow,
wow,
holy moly.
I don't actually eat cake because I'm actually sick of cake. Would you like me to show you a little trick, actually? I'm going to cut a cake in front of someone. A lot of people
Please
say,
do.
which one shall I cut? I might do the rainbow. Oh, geez, it's a hard decision here. So people say, how do you eat this without getting it all messy, right? So I take my flour off. I peel down. Can you see this?
Yep.
So the trick to not getting it all over your
fine.
face, cut it in half. It's a bit easier with two hands. Put it like that and you have a cake sandwich. And then you can bite, no buttercream on your face. Now, would you like a bite, Sharon?
You know what? You're teasing me so much. I'm actually, is that a vanilla cake?
This is banana. So this is like a flavoured banana. But I do have vanilla and I've got, this one here is, you can see it's chocolate chips, but you can't really see them. So that's vanilla with chocolate chips, and I've got chocolate here. I do like so many flavours, red velvet, poppy seed, all the different muds, caramel mud. When a customer messages, I send the flavour list. I think there's about 20 different flavours, but raspberry ripple is really nice.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And I've done banoffee cupcakes recently. And
they
were like,
banoffee.
Yeah, so they were like a banana cupcake, and they had like a caramel or vanilla buttercream. I think it's not far back on my page, you'll see that. And then they had salted caramel drizzle, piccolo sticks, Malteser on top, just chocolate and banana and caramel. It was yum.
I'm a real vanilla girl or caramel.
Yes. Well, you'd like banoffee. So next time I see you, I'll do banoffee.
My sister's a banoffee freak. I don't know that I've actually had banoffee. It's something that I probably tend to think of and go, banoffee. What is that? That's banana and coffee and...
No coffee. So banoffee is just banana. I don't know where we get the offie from, but they just call them banoffee because maybe once upon a time it had that in it, but it's usually just banana and caramel. Like an ice cream split. But you're the vanilla girl, I remember.
I do. I'm very much a butter cake. One of my favourite cakes that I like to eat is a bundt cake, a German bundt cake. I absolutely love. I love those dense cakes. They're my real favourite.
Yes, bundt cakes are really nice. I agree.
They are. They're
and
awesome.
Lemon and poppy seed is probably one of my favourite flavours.
I do love lemon and poppy seed. I must admit that. That is a really nice
and
cake.
And carrot. Carrot cake's good.
Oh, carrot, yes. See, that's the kind of cake I like. I love a carrot cake. Hummingbird, not so, but carrot cake. Keeping it really simple, actually.
Yeah.
But there's nothing better than a good old butter cake with a great butter icing, I reckon.
Yes.
You're making me
I do. Fresh. Most of my cakes are buttercream. So I'll do like split into 3 layers, buttercream, and then ice and decorate. As some people like fondant, I work a lot more with buttercream and the drip cakes and chocolates and extravagance. But then you'll get the ones like the 3D cakes that I do, and you do the fondant. And fondant's not too bad tasting nowadays. A lot of people remember it from like 50 years ago. It was very sickly. But I just say to them, if you don't like it, you just I don't do fruit cake. On occasion, someone has said to me, "Oh, can you do a fruit cake?" And I said, "I can do a light flavoured fruit cake, but I don't do those ones that, takes many months of soaking the fruit and all that." And it's very rarely. It's usually the elderly population that might want a fruit cake. But I do like sultana cakes, things like that. Pretty well, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Nicole says she loves cream cheese icing. I must admit, I do like a hard top muffin with cream cheese.
Yes, they're nice. So most of them you'll find it's like a cream cheese flavouring's nice, but very rarely will you get real cream cheese because it disintegrates very quickly on your cakes. So usually it's a cream cheese flavouring. Even in the shop. Yeah, so it tastes like cream cheese, but it's not actually cream cheese because it's not stable. You go to pipe it and any heat and it just starts to drizzle off your cupcake. Yeah, so there's a little hint for you. Because I have a lot of customers that'll say, oh, can I have cream cheese? And it's a cream cheese flavour I do, like a gourmet flavouring. Yeah, but cream cheese straight out it's not stable. And I'll try to ice my cake, and as you put the layers, it starts to squish out the sides. Yeah.
Don't want that, do you?
No.
Julie says she loves carrot cake with cream cheese.
Yes. That's my favourite.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah, I love carrot cake and lemon poppy seed. But I don't eat a lot of cake because I'm surrounded by cake. So
you'd be done with it.
I'd be done with it. People go, why aren't you, over 100 kilos? And I went, because I don't need it. Even all my trimmings, because all my cakes, I will have to trim the tops off to level. So I have like bowls of like these offcuts. And my friends, I just say, take them home. And they say, they all go crank it. We're going to get fat because of you. I said, well, I'll throw it in the bin.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But I'm sure they don't mind. I'm sure they still take it. I certainly would.
Yeah. I have bowls and bowls of the stuff some days. Like I think my maximum cakes in a week have been 14 cakes, but that was many nights, no sleep. My average is usually about 4 or 5, or maybe about 6. But just before Christmas, I was getting really busy again. And then, March hit and, wow, it just went bang, every order cancelled. And totally understand why. And, so that's the way it is. But it's good to have a bit of a break and just.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm using this time for me because, it has been a crazy busy couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Time seems to be going faster more than ever.
Yep.
And, I think we're all being given an opportunity to have a break.
Yes. Life has slowed down, so, and it's really good because now it's just like trying to get back into the mode of it, because people are starting to look at cakes further on in the year, and I am doing them, just having a little bit of a break, and like not completely quitting, but just doing cupcakes for a bit. And I'm doing all the orders that I've got on my books still, but a lot of people have had to keep pushing back. Someone's birthday was late March, and until they can have a party, they've just put it on the back burner, and I just keep sliding that order back and back, but that's fine. I totally understand.
Yeah. But Kerry, tell us, like this has obviously affected a small business like yourself.
Yeah.
What have you got some self-care tips or some strategies for coping, getting through these times?
I've been doing the meditation with you. So times when it's really stressful and, I've had enough self-care. Just look, I stay up late at night, even though I'm not doing cakes anymore. I stay up just for me time and crocheting, doing sewing, things that I haven't been able to do because I've been so busy, So, hide Molly again. This is my little shadow.
She looks out the corner of her eye to see if she's on the video.
I think she's a little show pony.
No, I was thinking it's me.
I think she is too. I think she's walking backwards and forwards. She's letting us know she's there.
Yeah. Usually it'll be children looking for cake and all that. She just walks past the stuff. She's going, none of my kids like cake. Can you figure? And
they've probably seen so much of it.
Yeah. It's not that they don't like my cakes. All their friends order and all that, and they think that, I can have cake sitting here on a tray like this. And I'll just sit. So really? I don't even have cakes in the house, really, because they've been burnt out, and my husband has stopped me from keeping cakes on a tray because he was eating so many. He was my taste tester, and he was getting a bit of a pot belly, so he goes, no more cakes.
I remember those times as a child as well. Karen White, who's actually on here, her and I grew up together. We from kindergarten. We've known each other since we were very young.
Yeah.
And her mum was an amazing cook. And I just remembered always going over to Karen's mum. There was always something being baked or something being made that I mean, I'm sure I probably said to Karen, let's just go to your house, because my mum was a terrible bloody cook. She could not cook cakes or anything.
Yeah, my mum never cooked a cake in her life either that I remember. Yet she put me through classes when I was like, I only found my certificate not long ago, and I thought I was 12, but I was 14. And so the rest of my life, but I look at my cakes like even 6 years ago, I would get like, I didn't know about edible images then, and I've got one where I've just printed a picture of, what was that, Backstreet Boys or something, and I put it in a clear plastic and I put it on the cake and piped around it. And then when people go to cut it, I'm peeling it off, but now, I mean, I have my own edible image printer, so that's another thing. Some people want to decorate their own cakes, but they don't, have a printer. So, people can send me through a picture and I can print it for them and they can put it on their own cake and cupcake toppers. So, yeah, that's all.
So you print them yourself?
Yeah, I print all my own edible images. I don't think I've got anything here to show. On my page, you'll see all my edible images, everything I do.
That'll be great. When I have my retreat, when I can finally have my retreat in Darwin, I can actually get you to print them off. Yeah. And I can take them with me. And yes, because I obviously before I knew you, last year at the retreat, I had a young woman make me some intuitive souls. So it just had my logo on the cupcakes and they looked fabulous. Yeah, well, you can even take them up in a box. You put them up in the cargo. I know a lot of people that have taken cupcakes. They're all made. They just sit it up in the cargo hold and get them off after their trip and they're ready. Or you can. That's a damn good idea, isn't it? Yes. So that's it. I mean, as you were saying, what I do for down, it's really hard. A lot of people get into this bit of a funk just watching TV and all that. I try to be creative, do things that I haven't been able to do for a while. Back when I first started, I was always, when I wasn't busy, always doing cake stuff. But, I've done so many courses and have learned so much. Now it's just, I try and do something other than cakes. But meditation, I've recently just got into with you, and I love that. That's my downtime. And afterwards, I just want to go and have nanny naps. And that's good, because that's a really good sign that you've relaxed. Yes, it's good. Which, love it. Especially when you're doing a full weekend, you need some sort of reconnection with yourself. I just have to quickly tell you this before you start finishing our finishing the rest of your tips. But Nick says, I'm up for adoption, Kerry. I would happily eat your cakes. Oh, bless you. I will make you. I'll feed them to you non-stop. She's in Darwin, so maybe I might have to get some and take some when I go up there. No, well, that brings me joy when I see. I am a person. I think Nick said this to me yesterday when we were doing the card reading. She said I need to take more than give, but it brings me joy to give. I mean, I have my nursing career and I liked helping people, and so with cakes when people, they'll eat them or they look and they're wow, and it brings me joy to make others happy, and I get really embarrassed if people want to do stuff for me. I'm used to doing for others. So that's where you need to step back a bit and go, it's okay. Maybe a new affirmation for you is, I gracefully accept from others. Yes. But what will I accept? Whatever they want to give you, because people want to give you things. Yeah. And it's okay to gracefully accept. You don't always need to receive. Like even my crochet, everything I do is crochet, is just, and sewing is gifts to people. It's showing my love, and, especially beautiful souls that I see, I connect really good with souls. I mean, that's why I connect with you, Sharon, because souls touch, and I don't have a big circle of friends, but friends I do have, a good hearts. I see through everything to the good hearts. Well, being a nurse for so long as well, you get to see so many different personalities, don't you? And often people at their worst as well, as opposed to being at their best. So nursing is very hard, and I've
found that, look, I love nursing and very, very passionate about it, but it is very hard. It's so much paperwork and all that now, and it takes away from your care of your patient, and it just wasn't what my heart was in because of that. Not because of the caring. It was just all this bookwork, just constant bookwork.
It's the admin. And, when you talk to a lot of nurses, I know quite a few nurses, and they will say the same thing. Unfortunately, the red tape has created things to be so much more difficult, and it's no longer about just caring for the patient. It's actually about, the FTEs, the savings of dollars, all the budgets. It goes way, way beyond just being caring for somebody.
Like hospital isn't as bad. Going to a nursing home, the ratio of your residents to your nurse, I would have 30 residents to look after on a shift. Aged care is really hard, and I'm a person that would love to sit and all the pretty stuff, paint their nails, do their hair, tidy their room, but it's just like run, and then the families will come in a bit cranky with you that someone on a previous shift didn't do this, so and I done the best what I could, but I can't be responsible for what somebody else hasn't done, so
no, that's right.
It's very hard. You cop a lot of abuse. And
so maybe you sound like you need to start up a volunteer program where, you have an army of people go in and paint nails and brush hairs and yarn.
Oh, look, even to do that, I was going to go into my mum's nursing home and do that. And there is so much red tape just to go in and paint someone's nails. You got to renew your police check. I know it's all for safety of the residents, but really heaps of paperwork just to go and paint nails.
I think that's because working with vulnerable people has come around. I'm fortunate enough that I have a working with vulnerable people for ACT in New South Wales. So because I do work, I'm a volunteer with a number of organisations, but currently just with Orange Sky Laundry. So we create meaningful conversations while homeless do their washing, or sometimes
that's lovely.
I'm like you, we're supposed to get them to do their own washing, but sometimes it doesn't take much to grab their washing and chuck it in and have a bit of a yarn with them.
I'm a person that loves to help, like the volunteers and all that. Like with the bushfires, my friend and I, we started a group for bushfire joeys and making all the pouches and bat wraps and things like that.
But I also remember dropping stuff off to you. You were making essential supplies or something. I dropped off some stuff to you. You were doing some, bits
toiletry packs, emergency toiletry packs. So thousands and thousands of them went out. So it was just all like hotel size, preferably. And it had like a women's pack. There was family packs, men's pack, and I sat there for ages, like packing up there. Yeah, but it makes you feel good to give back to the community. It really does.
Agree. I totally agree. I've done numerous amounts of volunteer work. Probably my most favourite would be I used to go in and cook up to 26 people with intellectual disability and mental health. And I'm telling you, if you ever thought you were a rock star, walking into a room with those 26 people with 2 trays of lasagna that they loved, I was the biggest rock star. My husband and we were rock stars at the best. So, I once had a person say to me, do you do volunteer work for yourself or for them? And I went, good question. I think I probably do it for myself as much as I do it for them.
It makes you feel good. I've worked in disability group houses, and my God, because the life is not so fast paced, they're not working, they're at home. You take them to like their disability work, like Kamari, they pack all the cutlery for Qantas. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
So we take them like that, but I was really naughty. I'd go in there and I'd look, and the first thing I look in the cupboard is for cake mixes. And one of the girls, as soon as I walk in, what about cupcakes today? Yes!
Oh, excellent.
And they would go and get in trouble off the big, the staff that have been a long time. We have to watch their weight and blah, blah, blah. And I said,
I used to put that too, Kerry. They'd always say to me, you feed these people too much. Rah, rah, rah. And I used to go, oh, whatever. I'm on the roster. weeks.
Yeah.
I'm sure every 6 weeks is, and not just that, my lasagna that's homemade is probably better than the Kentucky they're eating every day. So
yes, exactly. And like cupcakes, I mean, God, if you go and have some Maccas or something, that's worse than having a nice
that's what I'm
cupcake.
saying.
And it's getting them busy, and they're not just sitting there staring at TV. They're learning how to mix and measure, and so they're involved in it all. And obviously I was doing the work of putting in the oven. We get it out and the mess we make with sprinkles, but it was fun, you know, just teaching them. And like even when I teach friends here that come over, you know, and they get really excited learning how to do stuff. And when they master how to pipe a cupcake, yay!
That would be gold. And then they get the joy of eating it.
Yes, I've had girl like a friend that says, I can't do that. And I said, I trust you. You stand there and do it. And she goes, no, I'm not ready to do that. And I said, I trust you. I know you're capable. And they do it, you know, so and taking home really proud of themselves, learning how to make little figurines and things like that.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That is and just so empowering for them as well, which is wonderful.
Yeah. So it's been really good, you know. I've taught quite a few people, just like friends, but no official classes, you know. And the hard thing is I teach them and they become my first friend I taught, she became so good. She started her own business and I lost the best apprentice I ever had.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, you
well,
know.
I'd be always happy to come and spend a day with you, let me assure you.
Oh, I'm happy to teach you. It's good to, you know, because, I mean, a lot of us just whack icing on cupcakes, you know. I remember, you know, that real runny stuff, it drizzles off. You get the right buttercream mixture that you make, your family are just like, they love you. Well, they used to with me, but now they're sick of my cakes. I've got to find another way to entice them.
Well, I'm always happy to be a taste tester. I'm not that far from you. I can jump in the car and taste.
Well, these are all getting dropped off to a friend because we're not going to eat them.
Lucky your friend. Good on her.
Yes, I usually just, like I thought, well, what am I going to do with them? Oh, I'll just drop them off to a friend. She loves my cupcake. She lives up at the top of the hill and she gets really sad. So it cheers her up. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Lisa's quite excited to know that you can get your own edible tops. So
so cupcake toppers and any size, square, round, anything. So you just name a size and I can do personalised writing on it. I do it on my iPad, like all the editing and all that, and then I send it through to my computer and I have a printer that's purely just for edible image printing with edible ink.
Tell me a bit about an edible printer. What on earth is that?
So, well, you don't eat the printer, obviously.
No. Well, it's not an edible printer. It prints edible copies.
Yeah. They're doing the fire again. Probably still smells like
all right. So I have like a printer, like you buy a normal Canon printer, but it's not had any ink cartridges or anything. So it has to be brand new and designated just for, you know, like edible images. And you get little empty print tanks. You can buy them pre-filled, but I get the empty ones and I fill it with myself, and it's a special liquid. And there's Molly, she's brought it now. So this is like a cupcake one. So I have a special program, and then once I've done my design, and it'll do all 12. Can you see that?
Yes.
So I put the arrow face down and it will print all 12 images the same, you know, of it might be one today or he or she or, you know, superheroes, any of the children's characters, and it'll print on there. And then what I'll do is I'll rub it against the edge of the bench, and these little tiny icing discs pop off. So they're sort of pre-sealed on there, but once you you get along the edge of a sharp surface and you just rub, it's a bit hard, but backwards, and this will start to separate from it. And then I make my own little fondant disc, a bit like this. So the back of that one, and the image goes onto there, and that keeps it firm to sit on top of a cupcake.
Wow.
So people buy just the images, but if I'm doing a cupcake for them, I put it on a little disc so it sits firm on there.
That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. You are an amazing woman. It's just been, look, we're nearly gone through the hour. That's how much fun it's been.
Wow, thank you.
It's absolutely been a blast. Does anybody out there have any questions that they want to ask Kerry? In case, before, but just, just keeping with on the couch.
Yes.
Tell us what's next for your business. What's the future got for cupcakes?
Look, I've always wanted to own like mainly a cupcake shop and just specialize in, just a few custom cakes a week and just do hundreds of different flavors of cupcakes. My daughter and I, she lives in Queensland. We were thinking of doing that, but it's a really big gamble to take because with home, if it fails, I've still got home, With a business, we'll have to sell our home to start up a business. And if that fails, we'll lose our home. So it's a very scary step. And because I work such long hours, like I think most custom decorators work from home because it's not a 9-to-5 job. I can do upwards of 60 hours a week cake decorating sometimes. And it's when to know to slow down. It's hard to say no, Everyone's getting married. There's birthdays, engagements, baby showers. It's just never ending. So a lot. It's just I'm usually booked up with the big cakes 4 to 6 weeks in advance.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So because there's only so many I can do a week, and I'll sort of put a limit at when I get to 5. I think that's enough. But you might have 2 or 3 customers in the background messaging, and next thing. And if you're not at home and you don't see, but I've had to start saying, wait till I get home, because I've had times where I've gone whack and they've all gone, yes, 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 yes. And you look and you go, oh, I've got 10 cakes this week. So I get them all done, but lack of sleep.
And I totally get that too. I have to put some very strong boundaries around myself because I now say to people, if I'm out like you, I say, look, thanks for your message. I'll get back to you when I'm home and I can check my diary, because I used to have an electronic diary, but there was one particular time it actually failed and I double booked. So now I just have a paper diary. I also make sure that in that I plan my own self-care time, which we're still working on you for that, so that when you actually go back to being busy, you still will allow that self-care. But it's important, regardless of what you do, that you put in those boundaries and allow yourself the time that you also need, because at the other end of the day, the person on the other end, they just want what they want. That's where their vision is. It's not anywhere else. So it's and as you say, and I know because you and I have often at midnight been chatting, haven't we?
Yes, people go, what are you doing up? And I'll say, I'm doing a cake.
Yeah.
I've had cakes that I finished 15 minutes before their pickup, like cupcakes. I just got into my own little world earlier, and it's just lucky a friend had called over, now that you're allowed to have 2 people visit. And they'd called over and they said, Kerry, do you know it's 1:45? And I went, what? Oh, shivers. I need to get a couple of cakes out. And I've got sprinkles everywhere and I'm pulling bits and pieces out because in my cake room just has so much stuff in it.
Oh my goodness!
It's amazing. People don't realise what how much supplies you need to make cakes.
Yeah, well, that's
have a few things in a drawer, but there's lots.
There's a lot of effort that goes into baking cakes, but I guess probably what I've noticed with you is more than effort is love. You really, your passion really is shining through on those cakes.
Thank you.
Really
I put my heart into them, and until they're done, I'm not happy, and I'll look at it and go, oh, I don't need something there and there, and I try to stick to exactly what the customer wants, but change it up a bit to my style, but they'll like it too. Does that make sense?
Well, it's because you've been doing cakes for a long time now. I think when you're doing something like you have been for such a long time, you're pumping, like you say, in one haul you can do 400 cupcakes, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I think you get a bit of an idea of what works and what doesn't.
Yes, exactly. Like with the cupcakes, they're all, I have to be prepping earlier in the week because if they have toppers on, I need to cut 400 circles out. These little fondant discs, 400 of them. I need to print 400 images.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and the defence, they usually want their colours, so they might have the tri-service. I've got a sauce The hardest thing to source is navy blue sprinkles. You can't get them in Australia.
Oh,
I don't know
so
what it
what
is.
do
I
you
think
do?
so.
Do
I
you
do
dye them
go-
yourself?
Well, I do tell people don't go for dark buttercream because you've got to have dark teeth. Because, so don't go red buttercream. Red I do a little bit of, but some people will ask for black buttercream. And I said, you do realise that it goes through the system.
It's a bit like licorice, isn't it?
Yes. So
You'll
I
have
try
black
to
from teeth to bum.
Yeah, people will have black fondant on the cake, and he needs it because it might be like a Star Wars. May the 4th be with you today or something. So I would tell them if I'm doing a galaxy cake, when you go to eat the cake, take that bit of black fondant off because you will have black teeth and everyone's smiling at the party and they've got black teeth. What can you do? So I try
The
to
bonus of
suggest
that is
ways around it.
everybody looks the same, so it doesn't matter.
I remember a lady I went to with Molly. I took her to a party and she had black cookies. They looked really good, but everyone smiled. And went, oh my God, is my tooth like that?
Oh, dear.
Black you use sparingly.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. Oh, Kerry. Well, it's been a truly wonderful session. So on finishing that, Kerry, can you give us 3 top tips that you would encourage people out there to manage their wellness during the time of hibernation, during this time where we are still stuck inside and we can still only have 2 friends visit? What are some tips that you and strategies that you've used? Because you're like me. We love our cuddles.
Yeah.
We love connecting with people. What have you been doing to keep yourself sane?
It's been really hard because I have 3 grandkids, so I've really missed them, So
Are they close?
I have 2 like step grandkids too, so 5 grandkids, but I've really missed family and hugs. So video chatting, done a lot of video chatting with them when I really miss them. Can you put them on the screen? And yeah, it's been really hard. So I've had to, and to see them, I've gone and done the social distancing to see them but it's been really hard for me because I have to hug. So I find it's easier video chatting because I've had the granddaughter try to jump on my lap and you can't cuddle Nanny, because, that's just the guidelines at the moment. Meditation, I've been doing that with you, a lot of online classes. And I find just listen to my dog barking. And just doing hobbies or going out the backyard. I love gardening. I've got a lot of succulents and just doing some gardening if I can get my bum off the lounge because I get crocheting and I don't stop. So, yeah.
They are such amazing tips. And it has been such a pleasure chatting with you today. It really has been
easy on
fun.
yourself. Thank
Sorry?
you. Yeah, you've taught me. Just be easy on yourself. If you're having a bad day, tomorrow will be better.
Yep.
Things aren't forever. I'm a person. If the day's hard, it's in the past. It's gone. The future's away.
Yep.
Live in the now.
It's important that you acknowledge the pain that you've received through that trouble. I have to really stress that enough. You've got to take it, acknowledge it, but release it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Molly's holding the puppy up in the background.
Yes, that's the baby. It's ready for a feed. Oh, I fed her. Oh, here we go. This is our new baby.
She's beautiful. She really is. Look at her. What's her name?
That's little Romy after my mum that just passed away. So my daughter named her that. My mum's name was Roma.
Her full name is Romy June.
Romy June, and my mum was Roma June. So, yeah. And I've been up all night bottle feeding this little one because her mum was struggling.
I feed her during the day.
Yeah. There's little Molly.
No, don't.
She so wants to be in, doesn't she?
Yes. I know. She's used to being around me all the time now. It'd be good when they get back to school because kids are really struggling at the moment.
I was going to say a lot of kids, I was only thinking about that this morning as well. Children that have been home for all this time are really going to struggle going back.
Yes, and homeschooling is really hard. Molly's more, like me, more a tactical learner and, being face-to-face. She doesn't cope well with online study. Whereas I don't mind online study, but if I'm learning like cake decorating, I much prefer to be in, watching it live, and they show me, and then I will do it. Anything I learn, I have to do a class, so there's no disturbances.
Well, we probably should let you get back so you can get back to class or feed the baby.
Yeah.
Kerry, thank you so much. Thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for joining us today. What a fabulous day to spend a Monday lunch chatting to
Yes.
you with your beautiful cakes.
Thank you.
It has just been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. And I will bring you some cupcakes.
Well, as I said, I'll have to put an order in. I'm just trying at the moment. COVID-19 has seen me eating way more than what I normally would. So, and I think me and many others. But that's okay because I love my body and it serves me well.
Yes, exactly. We can't stress too much about it,
No.
I think everyone's put on a few extra kilos. Like
It
I
is
love
what
my
it is.
Maltesers, so I sit there crocheting and eating Maltesers. Oh God, I have to do something. Not put them in a box. Put in a little bag or something, like 12.
Oh, if you're anything like me, I'll still go finding it anyway. So
Yeah,
when I want it. That's the way it is.
exactly.
Well, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, Kerry, you have no idea. It's been an absolute blast. I've absolutely loved it. I'm pretty sure the audience has loved it as well.
Awesome.
And Tracy says, Ayla is saying, Kerry, Molly, love.
Oh, bless. That's my little great
Yeah.
man.
So you might want to just have a big shout out to Ayla.
Hello, little Ayla.
Oh, God love you. All right, beautiful lady. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for joining us here on the couch today. It has been so much fun with the Kerry Furner. Kerry, just hold up a couple of those beautiful, amazing cakes one last time so you can really start drooling. Oh, look at that. Delicious. That
and
is
a little rose.
Cupcakes by Kez, and you can find the link on our Facebook page. I don't need to see how do we get in contact with Kerry because we do know, and I look forward to enjoying some of those cupcakes, and I hope you also support this fabulous small business. Thank you very much, Kerry. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon. See you tomorrow when we have... No, tomorrow. We've got meditation tomorrow. So see you Wednesday. We've got, if you want to join our meditation class, jump on the link and find it. You will find us at www.intuitivesoulsstudio.com. You can book your ticket for our meditation class. Otherwise, we'll see you Wednesday on the couch. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.